History has shown us that when it comes to acquiring land, humans do not hesitate to shed blood. Neither the presence of children nor the elderly deters us, and we are unafraid to employ even the most potent weapons to achieve our aims. In 1398, Timur launched an invasion on India, resulting in the death of approximately 100,000 people. Prior to this, back in 262 BC, the Kalinga War took place in India, claiming the lives of over 250,000 individuals in just a single year. The most blood-soaked battle in history is recognized as the Battle of Changping in China, where tragically over 700,000 individuals lost their lives. If one were to examine human history, approximately 10,624 distinct battles have been fought over the last 5,000 years. The primary objective behind most of these battles has been the acquisition of more and more land. And amidst all this, there exists a piece of land that changes its country every 6 months, without any bloodshed or a single bullet being fired. This isn't some far-flung, desolate stretch of land. It's located right in the heart of Europe, nestled between densely populated regions. We're talking about the Pheasant Island, situated on the border of France and Spain. But the question is, how and why does Pheasant Island change its territory twice a year? The Bidasoa River divides France and Spain. Although the majority of the river lies within Spain's territory, about 15 kilometers before it flows into the Atlantic Ocean, it serves as the international border between the two countries. Situated in this river, near the Spanish city of Irun and the French city of Hendaye, lies the small Pheasant Island. What's unique about this island is that if you stand on it on July 31st, you would be in Spanish territory. However, as the clock strikes midnight and it becomes August 1st, you'll find yourself in French territory without having moved an inch. In this territorial exchange, representatives from the navies of both France and Spain convene on Pheasant Island. Following a ceremony, the nation whose turn it is raises its flag. This ritualistic exchange on Pheasant Island has been ongoing for the past 170 years. To provide some context, when a single piece of land is administered by two or more nations at the same time, it's referred to as a condominium. However, Pheasant Island stands unique in this aspect. It's the only condominium in the world managed by one country at a given time. This makes Pheasant Island not just any condominium, but the world's sole temporal condominium. While this territorial exchange happens without any bloodshed, the reason behind it is stained with a history of conflict. In the 1600s, Europe was embroiled in a prolonged battle, enduring for nearly 30 years. This conflict is historically remembered as the 30-Year War. According to historians, while this was primarily a religious conflict, underlying political and economic motivations were also at play. Beginning in 1618, the war eventually culminated in a peace treaty in 1648. The Roman Empire could once again breathe a sigh of relief. However, even after the peace treaty, the animosity between France and Spain remained unresolved. Intermittent skirmishes between the two nations persisted over time. However, 11 years later, in 1659, they finally reached an accord, signing what came to be known as the Treaty of the Pyrenees or the Peace of the Pyrenees. The Pyrenees, a significant mountain range, acts as a natural divide between Spain and France, giving the treaty its name. This peace agreement between the French and Spanish kingdoms materialized after 3 months and 24 conferences. Notably, these deliberations took place on the very Pheasant Island in the Bidasoa River. In celebration of the treaty, a union was formed through the marriage of the Spanish princess to the French king, with the ceremony taking place on Pheasant Island itself. Interestingly, Pheasant Island neither had a bridge then nor does it now, but for this royal wedding, a makeshift bridge was constructed atop boats, providing a unique visual. Since that day, every royal wedding between the two kingdoms took place on Pheasant Island. This island, situated between the two countries, had evolved into a symbol of peace and unity. However, the Pyrenees Agreement didn't specifically address the custody of Pheasant Island. For the next 200 years, both France and Spain jointly managed the island. Then, in 1856, another agreement between the two nations was reached, specifically focusing on the jurisdiction of Pheasant Island. It was decided that the island would be under France's control for 6 months, and Spain's for the other half of the year. Since then, the tradition of alternating control of the island has continued uninterrupted. It's perhaps the only place in the world that has changed its sovereignty 340 times in the last 170 years. Pheasant Island stands unique as the world's first and only condominium administered by a single country at any given time, yet it isn't alone in shared governance. 6 other condominiums exist worldwide. Antarctica, owned collectively by 12 nations, houses 55 research stations across its vast expanse. In Sudan, the Abyei area is co-administered by both the Republic of South Sudan and the Republic of Sudan. The Brčko district in Bosnia and Herzegovina is a shared territory between Bosnia and Herzegovina and the Republic of Srpska. In another part of the world, the Gulf of Fonseca is a disputed region, with El Salvador, Honduras, and Nicaragua each staking their claim. Furthermore, Colombia and Jamaica jointly manage a section of the Caribbean Sea due to their proximity. Typically, countries with coastlines have rights to an area extending 200 nautical miles into the sea, termed as the Exclusive Economic Zone, EEZ. However, given that Colombia and Jamaica's EEZs overlap, they decided to co-manage this portion of the Caribbean, ensuring shared rights and responsibilities. Lake Constance serves as a shared dominion for Austria, Germany, and Switzerland. Meanwhile, the Moselle River, including its bridges and approximately 15 small islands within it, is a designated condominium governed jointly by France, Germany, and Luxembourg. If you like our today's video, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel and comment subscribed. I'll make sure to leave a reply to each one of my viewers. Thanks for watching this video.